If you like to improve your English with these kind of stories, then support this channel, like and subscribe please. In the picturesque countryside of Dorset, where rolling green fields met the horizon and cobbled lanes told stories of their own, lived a quiet, bookish girl named Eliza Hart. At 19, Eliza had the kind of beauty that wasn't loud or striking, but rather gentle and warm. Her long, copper-brown hair was usually tied in a loose braid, and her emerald eyes always seemed to be lost in thought. She worked part-time at the village library and dreamt of writing novels that would someday touch hearts. Her quiet life began to stir when she met Adrian Blythe, a charming 21-year-old with an adventurous spirit and eyes that sparkled with mischief. He was new to the village, having moved from London to live with his uncle after a personal loss. Adrian had lost both parents in a car accident 2 years earlier, and though he tried to mask his grief with wit and confidence, Eliza saw the sadness behind his laughter. Their bond blossomed slowly. It started with fleeting glances across the library, long walks near the river, and late-night talks under the stars. Adrian made Eliza laugh like no one else had. He read her writing with genuine interest, and in return, she listened to his wild dreams of travel and art. Their connection was gentle but undeniable. For the first time in a long while, Adrian felt like he belonged somewhere, and Eliza felt like her world had color. But love stories are rarely simple. Enter Daniel Caro, a childhood friend of Eliza's. Daniel was the boy next door, dependable, protective, and quietly in love with Eliza for years. He had never confessed it outright, afraid of ruining the closeness they shared. But everything changed when he returned home from university during the summer break and saw Eliza laughing in the arms of another man. Unlike Adrian's spontaneous nature, Daniel was calm, calculated, and steady. Where Adrian brought chaos, Daniel brought comfort. He began visiting Eliza more often, offering to help with errands, staying late after dinner, and reminding her of the bond they'd always had. And slowly, Eliza found herself torn. Her heart fluttered for Adrian, but it softened with Daniel. Each man represented a different path, a different version of the life she could have. Eliza's confusion grew as both men, unknowingly, started vying for her affection. One evening, Daniel finally confessed. "I've loved you for as long as I can remember, Eliza," he said, voice trembling. "I've waited, hoping you'd see it too." Eliza didn't know how to respond. Her mind screamed Adrian, but her history whispered Daniel. The village began to buzz with gossip. Two boys, both strikingly different, caught in love with the same girl. Eliza felt like she was drowning. Every decision seemed to come at the cost of hurting someone. She distanced herself from both, trying to find clarity. Then tragedy struck. Adrian had always been reckless on his motorcycle. It was how he escaped his thoughts. One rainy afternoon, while speeding down a slippery road, he lost control and crashed. The news traveled fast. Eliza rushed to the hospital, heart pounding. Adrian lay unconscious, his face bruised and his arm broken. She sat by his bed for hours, holding his hand, whispering apologies, tears spilling from her eyes. Daniel was there too. He stood quietly in the background, watching Eliza crumble beside another man. It hurt, more than he thought it would. But he loved her too much to be angry. He knew what Eliza was feeling now wasn't confusion. It was clarity born from fear of loss. Adrian recovered slowly. When he finally woke up, Eliza was still there. She smiled through her tears and whispered, "Don't ever scare me like that again." Adrian chuckled weakly. "You stayed." Their bond, tested through pain, grew stronger. Daniel, recognizing that Eliza had made her choice, stepped back. But life wasn't finished testing them yet. Months later, Adrian received an offer from an art gallery in Paris to showcase his photography, a dream opportunity. But it meant leaving Eliza behind. "Come with me," he begged one starry night, their fingers entwined beneath the moonlight. But Eliza had just enrolled in university, finally pursuing her dream of writing. "I can't," she whispered. "Not now. But I'll wait for you." They tried long distance, exchanged letters, messages, and video calls. But time zones and busy schedules took their toll. Eliza began to wonder if love was enough when dreams pulled hearts in different directions. Daniel, now working in London, re-entered her life gently. He never pushed, just offered friendship. But this time, Eliza was sure of her feelings. Her heart still belonged to Adrian, even if the distance had strained them. Then came the letter. One that Adrian wrote in a moment of quiet despair. He felt Eliza slipping away. "Maybe we were meant to collide, not stay," he had written. Eliza broke down reading it. She felt like she was losing him all over again. Determined not to let love be defeated by circumstance, she booked the next flight to Paris. Rain poured down as she ran through the streets, drenched and breathless, searching for him. She found him near the Seine, camera in hand, eyes full of sadness. "Do you really believe we were only meant to collide?" she asked, tears falling freely. Adrian turned, stunned. "Eliza!" She stepped closer. "Because I believe we were meant to find each other, not lose each other." They kissed, under the rain, under the stars, under the weight of all the pain and love they had carried. Years later, Eliza would publish her debut novel titled Where Our Hearts Collide, based on their story. Adrian's photographs would grace the cover. Daniel would attend the book launch, smiling quietly from the back, happy that the girl he loved had found her place in the world. And as the credits rolled on the story of Eliza, Adrian, and Daniel, one thing was clear: true love isn't just about perfect timing or easy choices. It's about faith, sacrifice, and the courage to fight for what matters. They didn't just find each other. They found the strength to believe in love.